What's going on, guys? Nick here with Ranch Armor, and behind me I've got the new Ridge Sport Series Ranch Armor rear bumper, guys. Now you may think sport bumper, which is something a little different for Ranch Armor, but we're going to start getting into it a little bit, but we're going to still do it different. How, you may ask? Well, on most sport bumpers across the industry, it's a bunch of plate that's welded or seamed from behind. You can't see any welds, not a lot of structure, and to be honest with you, they're kind of weak, kind of brittle. Not this puppy. This thing is probably just as strong, and Coy, who's filming, will agree. He's the engineer designer, as our pipe bumper. So guys, tread plate mates with a laser cut and pressed body, and that is still a full weld all the way around. So we definitely don't cut corners on that. We're not hiding the welds. We're not grinding them still. It's still got that Ranch Armor look. A little sportier. As you can see, this one does not include a built-in hitch. It does have these vent holes here. It has these shackle mounts. What's really cool about these shackle mounts, guys, is if you look, you can't see the welds on the front. They go through a groove, and on the back, it's fully welded. So super cool looking. You got your flush mounts here, guys. And again, it's Ranch Armor, so it looks super cool. We're gonna do the install and get started on the hardware. Now, in terms of hardware, you're gonna get your baggie, like always. You're gonna get your 2 brackets, okay? Laser cut 3/16. In terms of the tools needed, we're gonna go ahead and start with a 1/2 inch open-ended wrench, a 9/16, and a 3/4. In terms of sockets, you're gonna need a 9/16 socket, a 1/2 inch socket, and a 3/4 socket. This drill bit, Coy, is a 5/16 drill bit. You're gonna need an extended, looks like a Phillips head here, and the Phillips, let's see if it has a number. It doesn't. There's your Phillips head there, okay? And then you're gonna need a small flathead screwdriver, your preferred drill, preferred impact. We're running Milwaukee with 3/8 head on that. So let's get started.
Okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove this lower sheet pan on your bed. If you can take a look at it right here. So it's going to be all these Phillips heads, and we'll get to uninstalling that here in a second. The first thing I do recommend, you take off your gas strut so you can fully tilt this bed back. Like that. Okay, so once you're done removing all these, you're going to want to save these. You will reinstall them. And then okay, so for your bottom 3 pan heads that you have here, you're going to want to take off your exhaust heat shield. So it's going to be these 2 10 mils up top, and then you got 2 in the rear. Okay, Nick didn't mention this, but you will need a 10 mil to take off these screws. Okay, you're going to remove your factory heat shield that you got for your exhaust, and you're just going to set it to the side. You will be reinstalling this later. Talk. Okay, once you have your last 3 pan head screws done at the bottom, you're going to want to remove this pan. So you just kind of shimmy it out and set it off to the side. You are going to be reinstalling this, so I would keep it close by. Okay, once you're got your let's do it again. Okay, once you've removed your bed pan here, you're going to want to lower your bed, and you can start throwing the brackets on. I'll get to that now. Okay, on the back of your unit here, you're going to have 2 pins that have retaining clips on here. You're going to get your flathead screwdriver, and you're going to put it in the clip and pull out. That will allow you to remove this pin, and with your bed shock disconnected, there won't be any tension in this mount. Talk. Okay, once your rear bumper bracket is installed, you're going to want to leave everything loose, leave it all hand tight until you have a bumper on. That way you can ensure fitment. There is going to be a little bit of play in this bracket. That is intended just so you can fit your bumper and space it out correctly. Okay, so as you can see from the back of your bumper brackets are going to fit on the inside of your bumper that you're mounting. So you're going to go ahead and pick it up, put one end in, the other end in, and slide it forward. From here you can go ahead and mount your bumper to your brackets and then go ahead and tighten everything up. Okay, so your 3/8 by 1 inch, I like to put them from outside in, that way it matches everything else here. And then once you get these two, you can go ahead and start tightening everything down. Okay, so once we have your bumper up there, we're gonna go ahead and go from back to front. So you're gonna go ahead and tighten everything back here first. This will be your 1/2 inch open end and 1/2 inch socket. Just like that. Okay, I'll jump over on there. Okay, once you have your rear bumper installed, you're going to want to reinstall your bed pan. That is going to be your fillet screws and this big pan. Once again, you're going to have to finagle it underneath this bar, and it will take some convincing, but it will go underneath there. Just like so. Now the fun part.
All right, guys, it may bow out just a little bit from when you removed it and put it back in, but once you do your Phillips heads back to the frame, it'll straighten itself out. It is pliable, flexible heat shield.
Okay, so first thing you're going to do, you're going to want to put it in this Phillips head, just like that. Okay, you're going to find out very soon that you're going to be fighting this pan for a while. It will go on. It just takes a lot of finagling. Nice. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install your rear heat shield that goes over your muffler. And that just goes up and over, just like that. Okay, so you're going to head and tighten down these OEM bolts that you already previously took out. Make sure they are the short ones. They are proprietary. Short ones are going to be in the back, and long ones will be on the top side. Okay, once you have your rear bumper and pan installed, you can go ahead and put your gas shock back on, just like that. And that'll save you some time.
These are the long bolts, the long 10 millimeter that Coy was talking about. All right, guys. Coy and I just finished. As you can see, one of the biggest questions we're going to get is, does it clear the muffler assembly, the heat shield? Does it clear tires? Of course it does, guys. It was built for that specific purpose. It sticks out, guys, to protect this rear end. All your corners, you got your shackle mounts for recovery, flush mounts. You've got your exhaust vent holes here so heat doesn't build up on the bumper. And guys, even though it's a sport bumper, again, I said this in the beginning, I'm going to repeat myself. It has a full weld end to end. No shortcuts, guys. Tailgate, of course, clears, no problem. You still have, what, 3/4 of an inch there? Don't worry about it. Guys, install is easy, less than an hour. Look how beautiful it looks. Matches the lines of the vehicle. Looks awesome. Get one and protect your Ridge today.